y'all, Sinkyrox AGF again with another collection video. This time I'm going to be taking a look at my Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color games. This one's not going to be nearly as organized as any of my other videos because my Game Boy games are all loose, really, and they all just kind of stay in this Yu-Gi-Oh tin. So I'm just going to pick them out and talk about them as I grab them. They're not in any kind of order or anything, so sorry about that. I guess I'll go ahead and start off by showing you some of my Game Boy systems. I don't have any of the original Game Boys anymore. I had a gray one and it broke and I sold it off. And I had a clear one of the Play It Loud clear Game Boys, and I ended up getting rid of it too when I moved. So all I have now are basically ones from my childhood. And we have a teal Game Boy Color, which was my first Game Boy Color. Got this for Christmas of 1998, maybe. I got it with Pokemon Yellow. The Kiwi Game Boy Color. These all have the backs, surprisingly, somehow. I believe I got this with Pokemon Crystal. I believe it was some kind of Target or Kmart bundle. We bought this and it came with Pokemon Crystal, which was a really weird thing. And lastly, my favorite Game Boy favorite Game Boy Color that I have is the Gold Silver Pokemon Edition, which is pearlescent and changes from gold to silver in the light. I'm really glad to have this one. And as for, I used to have a Game Boy Micro, and I love the Game Boy Micro, and I'm sad I don't have it to show you guys, but when I was packing, my ex-fiancée was moving out, I think I accidentally packed it away in some of her stuff, and unfortunately I don't have it. I found the charger, but I don't know where the system went. So as far as Game Boy Advance games, I have my original SP, which is all war-torn from many years of taking it to school and playing it. And anyway, let's jump right here into the games. I'm going to set these systems back here on my bed. I'll start off with the only boxed games I have at all. Sonic Advance 1, Sonic Advance 2, and you can guess where this is going, Sonic Advance 3. A great trilogy of 2D Sonic platformers. If you like old school kind of Sonic, they're not super exactly like the originals, but they're three great games, and you can find them all for really cheap. I think I paid $10 for Sonic Advance 2 and 3 in the box in the same auction. Sonic Advance 1, I don't think I paid that much more either. And those are all complete. And then as for this, like I said, I'm just going to kind of pull out games. Japanese copy of Pokemon Gold. I don't know what this is. I don't remember. I think it's Pokemon Puzzle League. Do I have a Game Boy with batteries in it? I do. We'll find out what this is right now. I think it's Pokemon Puzzle League. Bought it at a flea market for $1. Oh, it's not going to work, huh? I initially bought it to send to Aaron and Ricky from Retro Liberty back when their channel was, yes, it's Pokemon Puzzle League. Back when their channel was still new, and they were taking games for Faceless Games episodes, and unfortunately the channel kind of got big, and they don't really seem to do that kind of stuff that much anymore. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. It's not that great. I don't really like it. Pokemon Silver, which I do like a lot, even though I prefer gold. We'll try to separate out Game Boy Advance games. Pokemon Yellow, this is my original copy from when I was a child, with a new battery, thankfully. GameCube memory card, which is in there for some reason. Tetris, the definitive version of Tetris, and to this day I don't think there's a better version of Tetris because it has the Tetris song. And that's not in the Nintendo version. My American copy of Pokemon Gold. Definitely prefer Gold to Silver. Crystal was definitely the best of them all, though. Pokemon Red. This actually has a completed Pokedex on it, 151 Pokemon, all legit. And I don't turn this on anymore. I don't put it in, I don't do anything because I don't want to see the battery be dead and be lost. My completed Pokedex, that would just hurt my soul to experience. Pokemon Pinball, I hate this game because I hate pinball and I hate Pokemon Pinball. Pokemon Crystal, my favorite Pokemon game, and I'm glad that when they remade those, Heart Gold and Soul Silver included most of the stuff from Crystal. Pokemon Blue. I would like to import a Japanese copy of Pokemon Green just to have those. I don't know why. It's something I really want. The Emperor's New Groove. I got this game when I was a kid, and I hated it, and I'm still stuck. Like, even like 15 years later, I still cannot beat the level I'm stuck on. Like, I can't do it. The Pokemon trading card game. Every now and then I get like a really bad hankering to play this, and I just burn through this sucker. This is actually a really fun game. Basically follows the same formula as the RPGs. You go around and beat gym leaders at card games, and then you take on the Grandmasters, who are like the Elite Four, and it's fun. I really like this. It's not as much exploring, but I really like this game a lot, and I'm kind of interested in the sequel that only came out in Japan. Is there any more non... No, everything else in here is Game Boy Advance. There's an SD card. That's the one that came with my 3DS. Everything else in here is a Game Boy Advance game, so I'll just go ahead and talk about those. Hamtaro, Ham Ham Heartbreak, based on the Hamtaro anime. I had a blast playing this game, and I don't know why. It doesn't seem like a game you would have a blast playing. Drilldozer, which is, I believe, by Game Freak, and it's a really fun game. It's got like a Rumble Pack in here or something, I think. Let's talk about Pokemon. I'm missing one Game Boy Advance Pokemon game other than the pinball one, which I don't want. So here's Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby. Those two are my original copies. My favorite generation. I'm missing Emerald. My original Emerald was stolen. And here's Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are not my original copies. They were both also stolen from me, and I had to replace them. Fire Red and Leaf Green are remakes of the original games. And there's another GameCube memory card. And here we have Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku 2 and Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury. I don't have the first one for some reason. Supersonic Warriors was also pretty fun. These two are actually really good games. The first one's not that great, but these two are really fun, kind of like almost RPG adventure games based on Dragon Ball Z. Legacy of Goku 2 goes up to the end of the Cell arc, and Boost Fury goes up to the end of the series. And there's a Dragon Ball GT game I used to have, and I don't know what happened to it, which was actually pretty good too. And that's it for this collection, guys. Thanks for watching.